This shit more than a game.
Perfect.
I'd be lying, y'all, if I said that this season has gotten off to the greatest start. Don't get me wrong. We got a long way to go. And I'm not the type of fan that likes to panic, but I do like to keep it a buck. I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not a ooh, rah, go Saints team. Everything's fine. Ignoring the elephant in the room or that meme with the dog drinking the water while the house is burning down and saying everything is fine. I can't come on here, y'all, and lie to y'all and act like everything is fine. But I do think there still is a pathway for the Saints to be successful in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jordyn Tyson Show. But this shit more than a game.
From the stands, I'm invested. Every loss served like a lesson, we tested. Front porch talk turn to Sunday confessions. From dome to the block, it's all one connection. From Eric to Drew, Alvin to Cam, talk down on my squad. Boy, I be damned. I rap for the ones that never got fame, still yelling loud. This shit more than a game. Cause y'all know why. This shit more than a game. It ain't no lie. This shit more than a game. You know that's right. This shit more than a game. And y'all know why. This shit more than a game. Now I got Lil John sitting on my knee, teaching them young what it mean to believe. This bigger than scores, it's what we became. He gon' know off top, this shit more than a game. Clarissa in the back giving me all types of stress, but deep down she know the husband the best. She knows he's crazy, she know he's mean, but she know the kid 100% New Orleans. And y'all know why, this shit more than a game. It ain't no lie, this shit more than a game. You know that's right, this shit more than a game. And y'all know why, this shit more than a game. Yeah. When you see Jono scream, this shit more than a game. And when you see a Falcons fan, just call out for Jonathan. And yeah, this shit more than a game. New Orleans know this shit more than a game. Louisiana know this shit more than a game. Texas know this shit more than a game. Whole world know this shit more than a game. Y'all know why.
This shit more than a game. You're damn right this shit more than a game. And y'all know how we start off each and every Jordyn Tyson show, especially now that technically football season has officially started with preseason week 1 going down last weekend. Leave a this shit more than a game in the chat room right now because we have a doozy of a show for you guys tonight. How doozy of a show? We already have a $10 super chat from the great, the legend, Bruce Saint. And Bruce Saint is already going to be on the This Shit More Than right there. Perfect timing, Bruce Saint. Because you left the super chat last week, you're already on the This Shit More Than the Scoreboard. Because you left the super chat tonight, you will be back on the This Shit More Than the Scoreboard. And that's what remember, y'all. If y'all want to get on this amazing This Shit More Than the Scoreboard, leave a $10 or higher super chat and you can see your name on this scoreboard. The way that Bruce Saint has his name on the scoreboard. Bruce Saint, thank you, my guy. Oh, that definitely lets me know that we are going to have an amazing, amazing show tonight. And we got a lot to talk about. I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a buck because I'm not a cheerleader. Contrary to what some people on social media and Twitter want me to be. I'm authentic, I'm transparent, and I keep it real. Just because I'm just this shit more than a game. If y'all expect me to be like, everything's fine, everything's great, no worries, the Saints are going to the Super Bowl. I ain't never been Jordyn Tyson. I ain't never going to be Jordyn Tyson. I'm going to call it like I see it. When I'm ready to celebrate, I'll celebrate. When I'm ready to keep it real, or if I'm not in that great of a spirit about the New Orleans Saints, I'm going to keep it real. I know somebody else was going to keep it real. My best friend, he molded me a bit into keeping it real and saying, Jordyn, always be yourself. Always be authentic. Don't be what they want you to be. Be what you want to be. And that's my guy, Sean Griggs. Actually, Sean, I actually think that people are a little bit, they say after your appearance on the show last week that you are back in the good graces of the This Shit More Than the community. So I hope you are honored by that, my guy.
I am. For how long though? We shall
That is
see.
true because because we played y'all this weekend, so it might get a little heated tonight. We practiced with y'all on Thursday, and well, before we even get to the Saints-Rams week, technically, we actually practiced today with another team that, for whatever reasons, practices in Oxford, California. And y'all, it went down today with the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in the Cowboys. I believe in the Cowboys. Cause they love them in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in the Cowboys. I believe in the Cowboys.
Oh,
Y'all
my
know.
goodness. I thought that we were past that, Sean. I thought that we could safely say the word Dallas Cowboys without him coming on the show. What are we doing?
It's football season, baby. You already know this was about to happen.
I'm gonna say we back, baby.
No. Oh, no. No. Oh, my goodness.
What's up, everybody? It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
You would come on the show tonight after the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys just had their first joint practice together. And it was a lively joint practice. Is this why you want to show, Evan? Do you want to talk about this goddamn practice?
Man, let me tell you, before the practice started, I had a couple players ask me. He was like, hey, man, you know, we about to practice against the Saints. You know, how is it? I was like, brother, I live in New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans. Let me tell you, one, before you even get out your door for the practice, lock your door because they known to busting your car.
He's starting with the bullshit, dog.
Two, I was like, man, hope y'all got your mouth guards. Hope y'all got your boxing gloves because they don't play football. You heard about that bounty gate? Yeah, you thought I was just with Sean Payton.
Well, let's talk about it because in the practice, literally just finished about an hour ago, there was reportedly 7 fights between the Saints and the Cowboys today. Everybody thought that this Saints-Cowboys thing that I guess Ev and me and all the Who Dat Nation and this shit more than the game community does is just shits and giggles, but it travels on to the playing field because there were 7, Sean. How can a practice even get done when there were 7 fights? Practice is only like an hour and 30 minutes now in NFL new rules. So if you got 7 fights, that's probably like 2 to 4 minutes per fight where they got to scrimmage everybody away and get everybody to cool the haze and all that. So actually, we have some exclusive footage. Shout out to all of the New Orleans Saints and Dallas Cowboys reporters who are boots on the ground this past evening to attend and watch the Saints and Cowboys practice. And y'all, it went down today. And I would love, and I mean, I don't know if I would love Evan's opinion. I feel like he's already coming on the show to talk all that shit. But let's try to be fair. Let's watch some of these scrimmages. Now that seems about, damn, Evan, that's one player against like 30. We whooping that player ass. You getting jumped, boy. Don't play with the Saints now.
It felt like we back on Bourbon Street.
Let's see this one. Look at that. They pushing the back. Dirty ass team, man. All right, let's see this play. Let's see. That's a regular time. What? That's a regular. Look, y'all been starting these fights. Is y'all starting these fights? All right, we got another one. Damn, look at that. Look at my dog, Eric McCoy. McCoy, man, he did this shit more than the game. You know he did shit more than the game. So they're doing fits. Come on now. God damn. Eric McCoy, don't play with him. Y'all know he did shit more than the game certified. Got to get him to wear the t-shirt after that practice. Good Lord have mercy. Look at that, Evan. Every video footage we're watching, y'all are doing y'all actually hit Brock Rexsteiner. Do y'all know who he is? Do y'all know who his dad is? Do y'all know who his cousin is? Good Lord, that's the wrong person. They can't even get him down. WWE about to call that boy. Look, WWE about to call that boy Suplex City.
Look, you ain't gonna lie. I know he juiced up, so that's the wrong player to mess with.
Oh my! Do we got more footage? Good Lord have mercy. Wow. At least 7 fights. That is insane. Sean, do you have any opinion about that?
Dallas is getting their revenge for what y'all did to them. They say, we're not about to tolerate this. We're gonna whip some ass. That's what that seemed like. Bro, I
can imagine, Sean. They let Dennis Allen and Derek Carr put up 44 points on them. So they probably do have a little bit of resentment towards us.
Bro. I think Dallas was like, man, the wall is garbage. We're gonna show them.
Wait, hold on. Did the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs last year? When was the last time the Cowboys were in the NFC Championship? So don't talk about the Cowboys.
Let's not talk here because me and you was on the same couch last year, buddy. So let's not talk.
Yeah, but we knew we were going to be on this lovely couch.
But I know we're going somewhere else different this year. Compared, I don't know about y'all.
Oh my God! So we're doing this again. I mean, you really think the Cowboys are a Super Bowl team?
I didn't say Super Bowl team, but I know that we're going in the playoffs. That's guaranteed.
Sean, I can't even be too mad at him because every time the national media, and they love to cover the Cowboys, right? They love to cover the Cowboys. Every time they cover the Cowboys, they keep bringing up Super Bowl. And I'm like, why is this team so worthy of Super Bowl talk every single year? Now, from the national media side, I kind of get it. Like, they love to set the Cowboys up so that when the Cowboys don't make it, it's like a great moment for them and ratings go through the roof because everybody wants to tune in and get their jokes off on the Cowboys. But I also see the Cowboys players are actually embracing it. I saw at the start of training camp, Dak Prescott came with a Super Bowl shirt on of the Cowboys' last championship. I don't even know if Evan was born when that shirt came out, but they've been proactively themselves as a team talking about Super Bowl. And Sean, I genuinely want to ask, do you think the Cowboys are a Super Bowl contender this year?
Playoff team. I don't know about Super Bowl contenders.
Your team is the favorite to win it all. If y'all were to play the Cowboys in the playoffs, would you be worried?
No. We actually play them December the 20th, by the way. So
oh wow, okay.
That will have playoff implications. So I have no fear in Dallas.
Brock Crexton whipping that boy ass.
I have no fear, but I mean, I guess so. They signed Von Miller if they think that's going to be the move to make Caleb Downs. I've been hearing reports that he's supposed to be an all-pro at some point.
I heard Chris Olave was working that boy today. Now, I know he's a rookie, so there's still a long way to go, but I heard Chris Olave was dominating today in practice. I'm probably going to ignore that.
I wouldn't say dominate. They was going back and forth, but Olave did have some better plays. I will give him that. I wouldn't say dominate.
You see? Okay, we making progress with Evan. He actually
going to Sean's part, he keep talking about the Rams, thinking they're the Super Bowl favorites and everything. There's a reason why they're over there on their knees begging for Aaron Donald to come back, okay? Come on, let's get the trade here. They're on their knees with both hands out begging for him to come back. Doing God knows what. Okay?
Wait, Sean, before you rebuttal, because you mentioned about Von Miller signing with the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Last year when he was with the Commanders, you were talking about how he was washed. You ain't worrying about Von Miller, but now suddenly he's a player again.
I don't think I ever said that. Von Miller's not the kind of player that you need like 50 snaps from, okay? He's the player at the current point of his career right now, 25, 30 snaps a game. That's all you need. Third down plays, that's what you need him for. And he can still get you about 9 to 11 sacks in the season. That's a hell of a pickup for the Cowboys. And especially, that's a good veteran presence that we need in the locker room for our younger defensive linemen.
He is a 2-time Super Bowl champion, so maybe he can actually show y'all what being a Super Bowl team is
2-time champion. I know something that Saints will never know as a franchise.
Evan, for real though, like he is 37 years old. Like you really think that Von Miller is going to be a factor for the Dallas Cowboys?
The man was 38 last year and still had 9 sacks. LeBron is 45 in the NBA. Come on.
Okay, well, we're not talking about LeBron. We're talking about Von Miller.
Still, come on. He's a capable player. That's all we need.
Sean, what do you think about that move for the Dallas Cowboys?
I honestly think if the Saints would have signed Von Miller, I think he probably would have been your best pass rusher too.
Okay. I look, respect to Von Miller, but I think I'm still taking Cam Jordan. Sean, who are you taking right now? Cam Jordan or Von Miller?
Von Miller.
What? Cam Jordan had 10 sacks last year.
I saw Cam Jordan at Joe Lee. I went up to him. I was like, "Hey, man, you playing this year?" He was like, "Shit, no, I'm not trying to."
Well, he apparently is trying to because he signed with the Saints. But Sean, do you think that's a legitimate move for the Cowboys, or you think it's a big boat or nothing?
I guess it's just somebody veteran leadership. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets hurt week 2 with some type of turf toe and he's out for a significant reason, and he just say I quit and retire because Dallas just can't put up enough points. I guess it's a great move for him.
I just want to say, John, don't laugh too hard about injuries now. That's all I'm saying.
All right, you know what, Evan? That is a great pivot to our main topic of tonight, because unless you have lived under a rock the past 24 hours, you have heard the news that Saints number 8 overall pick Jordyn Tyson will be out roughly 2 months, which means he will for sure be out to start the season. And Lord knows when it comes to the hamstring, how long that can linger with into the season. Here's where the red flags get even more red. he essentially was sat out by the team all offseason because they did not want to rush him back from his previous. Let's actually look at y'all. Let's look at Jordyn Tyson's injury history for the past few years. In 2022, he tore his ACL. 2024, he had a fractured collarbone. 2025, he had a sprained ankle. 2025, again, he had 2 strained hamstrings. And now in 2026, he has another strained hamstring. The knock on Jordyn Tyson before the draft, which is why he probably didn't go top 5, is that he was a great player when healthy and had all the talent in the world to be a top receiver. But his injury history was a concern for a lot of teams. The New Orleans Saints said, we do not care. We believe in his talent over the risk. And they took him with the number 8 pick. And now he will not be available for at minimum the first month of the season. Let me, before I let y'all go, I want to say one thing to the fans before we start this conversation, because I've let my thoughts known on Twitter the past 24 hours. And per usual, when you give a less than 9 glass half full take, you get a lot of people who get mad at you. And especially with my platform, you get a lot of people who call you out or call you all types of names. But that's neither here nor there. This is just the message I want to send to all of the fans, including on the This Shit More Than a Game show tonight, before I get into my take on Jordyn Tyson's injury. Look, Jordyn Tyson being out for the year, I think we all can agree objectively sucks. But here's what sucks to me. I'm tired of fans saying, relax, calm down. It's just the beginning of the season. See, last week I came on Boo Crew Media, and I made a video, and I said, hey, guys, Jordyn Tyson going down in practice, we should probably be concerned about. I was calm, I was collected, and I still got across all platforms. Relax, calm down. You guys are just trying to make a headline. You're so negative. You guys are always negative. Well, clearly we should have been concerned. He's out 2 months now. Are we going to move the goalposts again? Well, it's only 2 months, guys. It's just the beginning of the season. He's got a long career ahead of him. Nobody's not saying that. Nobody's not saying well, maybe there are some fans saying he's a bust, and I disagree with that too. No, I'm not saying to say he's a bust. No, I'm not saying you should be like, we should have drafted this guy or that guy. No, I'm not saying, fire Mickey Loomis with a horrible pick. I still believe that Jordyn Tyson is going to be a great receiver. But goddamn, I'm a fan. Let me be a fan. Spoiler alert, fans are fanatical. When you have a number 8 pick, guess what? Fans are going to be a little bit emotional about his injury concerns coming to fruition. Like, silly me, that the guy who had hamstring injury concerns coming into the draft went down with a hamstring and now was concerned. Again, if you want to be glass half full, or if you just want to be ignore the elephant in the room and close your ears, cover your eyes, and act like, we're going to be fine. Jordyn Tyson's going to be great because he's a New Orleans Saint now, so I'm going to ignore all his injury concerns. More power to you. But do not tell me and other fans to relax. There's a middle ground where you can still believe that Jordyn Tyson is going to be a great receiver in the long-term future, but also be concerned and even a bit angry that he went down. He's going to be down for the first 2 months of the season. Come on, man. Shit, someone call Scott Vigner. He's an injury attorney, right? Maybe he could fix this. I get ass annoyed with the fans who are like, calm down, because rah, go team. As much as I get annoyed with the fans who are like, he's for sure a bust now. That's a middle ground. Meet me in the middle. Get better, Jordyn Tyson. And that's just how I feel when this shit more than a game. I don't think I need to say much more. So, Sean, I'm going to start with you. What did you think about that Jordyn Tyson injury?
I think it's a significant one. I'm pretty sure y'all had high hopes for him. I know he was going to be a big part of y'all plans going into the season. I'm not going to lie to you, Jono. I don't think he's going to be right, and I wish him a speedy recovery, but hamstrings are not something that's easily recover from. Even when he does recover, that's 2 months out of football shape that he's going to have to get reacclimated with. And you're going to have to bring him along slowly because of the injury risk that he is. So I hate to say it, you might see flashes if he does return, but I don't think he's going to be as effective as y'all hoped he would be this season. Only because, once again, he's a rookie. Let's be frank. He's a rookie. And on top of that, he has to be eased in with his injury risk, right? So I think somebody just said a comment. I think this would be a great opportunity for Byron Brown, Bud Means, and Trey Palmer to step up and see what's going to happen. Like, maybe that's somebody that's going to have to step up instead of Jordyn Tyson. That's going to have to help Chris Olave. But it's a big one because I actually think he was going to be a big part of y'all plans going into this season.
Well, you don't take a player with the number 8 pick and not expect them to be a difference maker. I mean, I know that we as Saints fans are excited about this season and think we have a legitimate shot at the NFC South, but at the end of the day, we are still in a rebuild mode. And there is a world where us with the number 8 pick this past draft might be the highest pick we get in this rebuild era with Kellen Moore and company. So it needs to be a pick that hits. And, you know, I want to be glass half full and say that when he comes back, he's going to have a strong end to the year. I mean, I know a lot of people keep throwing OBJ at me. He missed the first month of the season. Then we all know he had that great rookie season. So, of course, we hope and I pray that Jordyn Tyson can follow that trajectory. But I also need to be a realist. As you say, Sean, he only technically had, 1.5 weeks of practice, right? We held him out the whole offseason to try to avoid this. His first scrimmage, practice, joint practice, whatever you want to call it. People be hard on my ass this week because how dare I question or be concerned about Jordyn Tyson. His first joint practice with another team, he goes down with the hamstring that everybody was concerned about, right? So, like, his first live action against other teams, he goes down. And I keep hearing fans say, oh, you know, we'll be fine. We got Barry and Brown and we got Bryce Lance, as if a number 8 overall pick, as if these late round picks can just come in and do what we thought the number 8 round. There's a reason why players get taken where they get taken, right? I get the fan hype, the hoopla, I drink the Kool-Aid. Oh, our 5th round pick and our 4th round pick is going to be just as good as our number 8 pick. But we got to live in reality sometimes. And sometimes fans get mad at me about that because I'm not going to come on a show on Twitter and kiss ass and say, oh, yeah, no, Barry and Brown and Bryce Lance are easily going to do with Jordyn Tyson. No, they're not, because if they were, we would take them number 8. So I just don't. I'm not getting mad at my audience tonight. I'm getting mad at there was some people on Twitter all on my ass. Thankfully, my other Twitter followers held me down. But and on Boo Crew Media and all that, like there's a certain sector, and I've done this for 5 years now, so I get it. Fans who are just go team. Don't ever say anything negative about my team. I don't care how bad things look. More power to you. Don't tell me or other people who like to kind of live a bit more in reality than the shaded fan glasses that some fans like to wear, how we should feel. You damn right I'm worried. You damn right I'm concerned about his future. Am I cheering for him and praying for him? Hell yeah. I hope that he can come back and make all of these concerns go away. But so far, the data is the data. One practice against another team and he gets hurt. I'm supposed to expect that he comes back in week 7. And they say 2 months, y'all. And I saw Jerry was like, well, it's only 2 months. Just because they say 2 months doesn't mean it's going to be just 2 months. We get that with Zion all the time. It's going to be about 1 month. Next thing you know, the month comes out. Actually, it's going to be another month. You're like, we know how they get down on airline drive when it comes to injury reports. And even when he does come back, as you say, Sean, it's kind of like illogical to think that, the rookie who only has 1 week of practice to his name is going to come after being out for 2 months and just light the world on fire. It doesn't work like that, Saints fans. Because Lord knows if that was Michael Penix with the same injury right now, we all be getting out jokes and saying, oh, boy, the Falcons are a joke. We ain't worried about Michael Penix. He's going to come back after 2 months and just start lighting the world on fire. But when it's our team, it's like, oh, no, don't worry about it. No, I am worried about it. If you don't want to worry about it, if you want to live in your glass bubble, more power to you. But I'm worried about it. It's a number 8 pick, y'all. This ain't no damn 5th or 6th rounder pick. This is the number 8 overall pick. It's a serious thing to be worried about. Evan, what you got?
Well, if it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, what is it?
Quack,
Usually
quack.
a duck. So the Saints was very aware of his history, his injury history. And I say this from the beginning, not even trying to, I'm just being, as a football person. It was a bad pick in the beginning. He was not worth a 7th pick. Let's be real here. You know the injuries that he had throughout his whole college career, and yet you still invested in that high value pick with him. So am I surprised he's not hurt? I'm not. He's an injury-prone player. I wish him the best. He's a young kid. He's going to recover eventually, sooner or later. And I think what makes this injury worse, the hamstring that he did strain this past practice, is this other hamstring. It's not the one that he got surgically repaired. So now he's dealing with another bad hamstring. And hamstrings is tricky. That it's going to last throughout the whole season. So I'm not surprised. It's something in that dirty ass Mississippi water in New Orleans. I don't know what it is, but I'm rather not surprised. But for y'all to be so upset about it, y'all should have known this was going to happen eventually. It was going to happen. Maybe not preseason, maybe not during the practice, maybe during the NFL game, but it was going to happen eventually. That's what it is. That's just been him as a player in general.
Now, I'm going to flip the script a little bit because I think you are on the other side of the spectrum of just being too damn extreme. As you saw in my video, I say, let's kind of meet in the middle. Like, it's okay for fans, at least, the Saints fans, me being the only Saints fan on this panel right now, to be mad at the situation. But am I going to say Jordyn Tyson is a bust or was the bad pick? No. It's a lot of football to be played, Ev, in his career that I'm not going to just write him off yet. Now, again, I hear you. If it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, and the data is the duck.
I'm not trying to call him a bad player. He's a hell of a player. If you look at his tape when he's healthy, he's a hell of an elite route runner. Got the speed for it.
We see the talent. We see the talent.
But is he worth the 7th overall pick when you had other positions that you need to fill, other voids you had to fill? Was he worth it? No, he was not. And now, as you can see, for the next 2 months, well, you're not going to see him because he's hurt.
Well, but look, now I'm gonna be glad for what if he does come back and have that Odell Beckham type rookie season where, yeah, he missed the first month, but he comes back and he lights the world on fire. Is it now a good pick? Like, I think it's a little too early, Evan, to be saying it's a bad pick, but it's not also a great start.
It's almost like saying, Drew Brees gonna come back and play quarterback again. Like, come on, some stuff is just fantasy. Some stuff is just make believe that you want it to happen, but it's not gonna happen. And John, look, don't get me wrong. I hope he does come back. I hope he get a full recovery. But I just want to say that this is him as a player. It was bound to happen. He's an injury-prone player, so you can't be upset that you wasted. And I'm not calling him a bust either. I'm not calling him a bust, but he's just not.
If we wasted an 8th pick, then that sounds like a bust to me.
You could have filled that pick with somebody. You have more needs on your team,
right? I think.
Go ahead, Sean.
I think what Evan trying to say, Jono, is pretty much like you got the medical reports. You already knew what the risk was with him. So why not? I understand that y'all took him because, hey, this is the Kellen Moore. We need an outstanding. And I think that was more of, we just need an outstanding player that can just come in and automatically give us an impact. Nothing wrong with it. But look at that, bro. Torn ACL, fractured collarbone, then strained hamstring. And then I didn't know until Evan brought it up. He injured his other hamstrings. So you're dealing with 2 strained hamstrings on both legs. As you noticed, I mean, Mike Evans, I'm not comparing him to Mike Evans, but when Mike Evans had hamstrings and stuff, he was out damn near a month, 2. Then it was time, we'll give it another week or whatever that. You could have filled that position with either a different receiver that could have still made an impact. And then, I'm just saying.
It wasn't the strongest receiver draft class. Well, again, because I'm mad at the situation. I'm a little mad at the, I guess, shout out to Ziggler, toxic positivity Saints fans. Probably a little more anger because they come at me because I'm not toxic positivity about everything. But I still live in a world where I'm not writing off the pick. Now, am I concerned? Hell yeah. Like, I am very concerned. And I'm kind of mentally preparing myself for the reality that maybe Jordyn Tyson doesn't do much this year. I'm trying to be glass half full with that and say, okay, he will come back and do enough that, hey, now by the second half of the season, he's going to really help us in this playoff push to try to win a division or maybe make a wild card. But I am not going to write off the kid's career yet. I remember, Sean will remember this name. That was probably too young. And Dante Stallworth. We drafted him. He had hamstring concerns. It kind of affected him early on in his career. He didn't miss the start of the season at any point of his first 2 years with the Saints, but he would miss about a stretch of games here or there. And then he finally got it together like in year 3 or year 4. And I would say that the Dante Stallworth pick is not one that we look back on and say, wow, that was a wasted pick. Like, if Jordyn Tyson could give me 3 to 5 years of great football, because he's the number 8 pick, so he should be great, I'll be satisfied. Do I want a 10-year all-pro Mike Evans type career, Sean, even if the hamstrings start coming later in the career? Yeah, if it's like a potential all-pro, damn near borderline Hall of Fame type career, but I'm not going to write him off just yet. I think both of y'all getting a little too jumping the gun by saying it was a bad pick. Like, we still don't know who behind him, what their careers are going to be. I see people are going to say Caleb Downs a lot. Maybe Caleb Downs gets hurt. I don't know. Evan, I promise you I'm not saying that to be mean, knock on wood. I want no players to get hurt. But, we just don't know enough information yet to say it's a bad pick. But we do have enough information right now to say you should absolutely be concerned.
Yeah.
Bruce Saints says, let me get a Bruce Saints comment because he had an interesting comment. I want y'all thoughts on this. This is where we need Ziggy because I'll be losing track of the comments while I'm trying to just get my rants on. I wonder if Kellen Moore drafted Bryce Lance and Barry Brown due to Tyson's injury history. Probably wrong, but if that's the case, you should not have drafted him in the first place. That's why I was very cautious when the pick happened. The potential is 8-worthy, but with a class that was deep with wide receivers, it makes the pick wasteful. I pray that I am wrong and he lights it up, please. Where I guess I want y'all to talk about these two, this part of his comment, Evan and Sean. Do y'all legitimately think that Barry Brown and Bryce Lance can make up for Jordyn Tyson's absence the first month or 2 of the season?
I'll let Evan go first. You can go ahead.
There's a reason why they fall so deeply in the draft like that. Maybe, but I don't doubt it. They don't have the same talent as Tyson was when he was healthy. But are they going to pick up something? Maybe, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
Let me address this comment before I get to you, Sean. It's from my guy, Know the Child podcast. He says, speedy recovery to Jordyn Tyson, but we are still loaded at wide receiver. We taking our crown back. See, that to me, and I know I participated in it a lot, but that's just pure fan talk because we don't know. When I get that, training camp, everybody thinks that their wide receivers and running backs are the best wide receivers and running backs of all time. Freaking, there was chattering with Saints Twitter last week. Oh man, we could get a draft pick for Spencer Rattler. He's lining up in training camp, and we all so rather do what you're going to get to in a little bit. So every time training camp comes, we all think that our talent is much better than what it might be. And maybe Barry and Brown and Bryce Lance are good and better than where they were taken, and that our wide receiver core is loaded. But I'm just not comfortable enough yet to live in a world where I can come on my platforms, which I am very generous for, and I take responsibility of having such a big Saints audience on all my platforms now, and tell Saints fans, don't worry about it. Our wide receiver core is so loaded. I'm not going to tell y'all that because that could be a potential lie. That's just me being a fan. Like, we don't know what Barry and Brown is going to do on game days. We don't know what Bryce Lance is going to do on game days. They're rookies too, y'all. Like, even the greatest rookies have had times where they needed to kind of adjust to the NFL. So I think it's a little naive. I understand why fans want to be that way. Now, I support the fans who want to be that way if that just gives them more peace of mind. But I think it's wild to think that, our late round rookie picks are going to come in and light the world on fire and we'll be just okay because, Jordyn Tyson is out and we're Saints fans. We just think that, the 4th and 5th round picks are going to come in and not have that rookie wall or anything like that. That's just how I feel. Sean?
No, I'm gonna just say this, John. It's gonna be tough, bro. Y'all better hope Chris Olave can stay healthy. I think y'all gonna rely on
yes.
I think y'all gonna rely on y'all tight ends. I think y'all gonna rely very heavily on the run game this year to just to balance things out. I guess until Jordyn Tyson does return. I mean, Byron Brown, I see the potential there. Like Evan said,
you keep saying Byron, Sean, it's Barian.
Barian, whatever his name is, Barian.
You're gonna learn on Saturday when he's scoring, y'all. You're gonna learn on Saturday when he's scoring, y'all.
Whatever. Barian Brown, excuse me. Barian Brown. But I mean, I seen a little potential with Bud Means. That's his name, Jono. I seen him and Trey Palmer. I think it's still gonna be a collective unit as far as trying to help Chris Olave and with the passing game. I think the passing game is going to struggle just a little bit, Jono, in the beginning, because like you said, they still rookies. They still got to get used to the NFL, playing against real tough cornerbacks and stuff like that. So it's going to be tough, bro. I think they're going to rely heavily on the run. So Alvin Kamara, even though he's hurt, Kendra Miller, the run game is going to be a big part of y'all.
Kendrick Miller, you're missing the most important name, Achan. That's the one we got to rely on at this point.
I mean, I'm just
damn
saying.
Sure ain't Kendrick Miller.
Y'all run game is going to be a big part of y'all offense until y'all actually get the whole collective unit of wide receivers. Because I mean, no disrespect, but y'all have a wide receiver group. Besides Chris Olave, no disrespect. Y'all wide receiver room is.
That's not thumbs down, but it's more potential than actual results. So when fans say, "Oh, we're going to be fine,"
Ronald. Let's be.
Devon Vale, he did good, in his. But here's another thing, like we say, we're fine. Well, Chris Olave has injury histories too. Devon Vale has injury histories too. So if one of them goes down, Vale didn't even practice today. So I'm hoping that it's more precautionary than him being hurt. Like, I just don't want fans to get too caught up in the hype of this offseason that they think that everything is. Again, the dog with the burning house, everything is fine. Sometimes it's okay to say, not everything is fine, but I still hope that maybe Tyler Shuck can elevate. Ronnie Bell, Bud Means, or somebody like that. My guy Trey says, "Yo, John, why you don't come to the Dome for the first Trizzy? I've been a season ticket holder for like 20 plus years now. I ain't going to no damn preseason games at this point. I tried to sell them tickets, y'all, for $6. Somebody came back to me and said, here's $12 to keep them. Don't ever sell me that bullshit again. So you ain't gonna try to see John Bones in the preseason game unless the Saints give your boy a sweep or something."
Wait, John. So when the Cowboys play the Saints in preseason, you're not trying to come?
Like I say, unless somebody gives me a suite or something, you are not going to find me at a preseason game. All right? Yeah, so I'm going to say that loud and clear. Give me a suite and I'll be at a preseason game. All right. Bruce Saints says, if you look at it realistically, Bryce Lance comes from a small school and Brown was a return specialist with wide receiver skills. It's good to be hopeful. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think fans are just so in a fan bubble when, Bryce Lance or Barry and Brown do one good play in practice and suddenly, they're going to be great in the regular season. Like, it's a whole different ball game, as Sean has told us many times when it comes to when those lights are bright on Sundays. So And I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to chastise the fans who do want to be positive. We probably should have had Ziggy on the show because I'm sure he would have been like the yin to my yang, I guess. But I think we got to live in reality too. Like y'all Saints fans, like, you know, it's okay to say this is bad. Like, okay, everybody knows football season isn't perfect. You're going to hit some obstacles and adversity. This is one of our big obstacles. He's the number 8 pick, y'all. All right. God bless Bryce Lance. God bless Barry and Brown, Bud Means, all those guys. I hope that they can use this opportunity, as Ms. Barbara said earlier, and step up and take advantage of the opportunity. But the number 8 pick is a number 8 pick for a reason. Now, I'm not putting too much emphasis on where players get taken because the Lord knows the greatest quarterback of all time was taken in the 5th round, I believe, or 6th round. Marcus Costa was drafted in the 7th round. I get that. We always going to get the best case scenarios instead of, you know, the 80 other percent of NFL players who are drafted where they were for a reason. But I just think that shoo it away or to just say, oh, it's fine, calm down, relax. I think that's setting themselves up, Evan and Sean, for a more more heartbreak and hurt come September if the Saints don't get out to that fast start, which Jordyn Tyson was supposed to really elevate our offense and make us a better team. So that's just how I feel when this shit more than the game. Any final comments y'all got?
May God be with y'all.
Hemi Phil says the Saints did the same thing picking Olave. They knew the man had concussion issues in college, yet they picked him anyways. Last concussion, Olave was talking about retirement. Well, to be fair, though, Hemi Fair, I mean, Olave is now the highest paid Saints wide receiver in history. He had all pro season last year. So even though he has dealt with the injuries, I would still say, Evan has shown that was a good pick for the Saints. I mean, I don't, you dream of a world where, like, when you take a player in the first round, they give you a 10+ year career of, rainbows and sunshines. But the truth of the matter is, if you get 4 to 5 great years or even good to very good years of a player, that's a win. Like Michael Thomas, you look back on it, he only gave us 4 to 5 really good years. And I don't think anybody would say, oh, that was a bad pick. You take it. It's not fun. You would prefer the 10-year career. You always go play the what if game. But, let me see if I can get any more comments before we go to the next topic. Oh, well, here's another question I have for you guys before we go to the next topic. Do y'all think that the Jordyn Tyson injury, does it change? And Evan, I want you to be serious with this question, okay? Because I know you're a troll, but be honest with your answer. Like, does him going down affect y'all Saints win-loss projection? Like, did y'all have that much? Well, no matter what y'all had, like maybe you only had the Saints winning 7 games, but do you think that, Jordyn Tyson's presence was a reason for me giving y'all extra 2 wins because I think that he was going to make your offense better? So now I got y'all with 5 wins. Does Jordyn Tyson's absence the first 1 month of the season, possibly 2 months, maybe longer, we'll see, does it affect your prognosis for the New Orleans Saints in 2026? Sean?
No. I think y'all still would have the same win-loss total. I mean, I do say y'all have a chance. Y'all still have a chance to win the NFC South, only because I don't trust Atlanta, as always. I don't trust them at all. They start off hot. They kind of sort of like the Dallas Cowboys. You give them hope. You think they're going to do something, and they fall.
Damn, okay.
The Bucks.
Shots fired.
The Bucks, you don't know how they're going to fare out. Baker Mayfield is an injury risk as well. He gets hurt. He plays reckless at times. And the Panthers, until Bryce Young can actually show me in a full season, I give the Saints a chance to win the NFC South. So whatever that is, yeah, it doesn't change the total, though. Not to me. Not significant, no.
Before you answer, this is like Miss Barbara's first time in a few months, so she must have knew you was going to be on the show tonight. So, but does the Jordyn Tyson injury affect your Saints prediction for their win-loss total this year?
No, not really, because the games that he's projected to miss, it was going to be the games y'all was going to lose anyway if he was healthy or not. And that's not me trolling anything. That's just like y'all not beating the Lions, y'all not beating the Ravens. That's like y'all starting 0-2 of the season. So okay, I get that. Okay. You have a good chance to beat the Raiders and maybe the Falcons and probably come back with a loss with the Vikings. So I have y'all starting at least 2-3 for the season.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I actually think I'll wait till the week off to see how I feel about the games. But Jordyn Tyson playing was reason to give me hope that we could at least steal one from Detroit or Baltimore. Now with Jordyn Tyson out, as you just said, Evan, I can't see a world where if I wasn't a Saints fan, I would pick the Saints. So I do think that his absence could probably cause, and then, we don't know what he would have been as a pro. We will see soon enough, hopefully, but I do think that, someone as good as him, you think that, oh, maybe he is the X factor against the Lions, who have a questionable defense, that we win a shootout against them, or maybe we still win against Baltimore. But now with him out, unless Chris Olave has the games of his lives, I just don't know. So time will tell. All together, y'all, and all in all, we do want to wish Jordyn Tyson a speedy recovery. All of this passion, all of this emotion is because, we like the kid. He's a Saint now. We want to see him thrive with the black and gold. We want to see him live his best life and be the player that we have seen in his time where he is playing and at his peak he can be. But it's obviously going to be some very, I guess, uncomfortable conversations until he gives us a reason to nip all of that in the bud and be the great player that we hope that he can be. Just like Michael Thomas was a great player for the New Orleans Saints, y'all. And actually, this past week, Michael Thomas actually responded to me on Twitter. You see, that's why I say I have such a big Saints platform, that I actually am legit. I'm serious when I say, like, I handle it with grace and I don't just feed fans what they want to hear. I got this far, why change now? But I was talking about how Tyler Shuck is now leading the Saints huddle, out famous and classic pregame huddles that were led by Drew Brees and Demario Davis in the past. Now Tyler Shuck is leading it. So I wrote on Twitter last week that I love that Tyler Shuck has declared that he was taking over the pregame huddle from Brees and Demario. I have a huge amount of respect that he doesn't run from Brees' shadow, but he damn near embraces it. All I hope is that he makes his pregame huddle in his own style and doesn't try to like mimic what Demario or Brees did, but usher in the new era your way. And Michael Thomas responded to me and say, exactly, the standard set is not for everyone, but it breeds excellence. I tell y'all that story to say, y'all, like, I was getting notifications all after he did it, like, and I just saw people putting like GOAT and I love you and everything. So I started feeling myself. I'm like, I don't know what I tweeted, but I'm like, people showing me mad today. Then I went on Twitter like 2 hours later. I'm like, oh, everybody responding to Michael Thomas. They didn't respond. My ego went off. It's like, Evan, I thought, Evan, you know how nigga, you know how I was like, yeah, they love me in New Orleans. And the bad thing is, so I tweeted that. I was like, damn, y'all, I thought y'all were talking about me. And I kind of did with in the back of my mind that everybody was going to be like, nah, John, you the go to, or we love you too. I got one reply. So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, never mind that. But yeah, it's always good to kind of see, like my dad always said, you never know who's watching. So shout out to Mike Thomas for showing me love, I guess, on Twitter and just engaging in Saints comment. It's just good to see Michael Thomas kind of gradually bringing himself back to the Saints community, just as it was good to see Saints football this past weekend and have preseason football back. And if y'all did not see my reaction to that game, who did y'all miss a fun one?
Wow, you're unusually calm. You're usually standing 2 inches from the TV.
It's just preseason. We can't take this serious, man. Come on, man. You think I'm that bad? It's just preseason. Calm down, man.
Okay.
It's just a game.
Oh, come on. No, not game, man. Game.
Why? What's going on? Why are you so...
We lost. Damn, we had them.
Wait.
Let me take our starters out.
Weren't you the one saying it's just preseason? It's not a big deal?
What? You know this shit more than the game.
You're confused.
I mean, we had... What? I mean, I hate that attitude you want. Get out the house. Get out the house.
No.
Get out the house. You know
No.
this shit more than the game. Get out the house.
Make me.
Man, I swear, bro. We ain't gonna be doing this all street.
You know, the funny thing is, though, look at JJ. I feel bad, bro. But he's got to learn, y'all. He's got to learn that this shit more than the game. But, yeah, Barbara. But he's going to learn. Like, y'all see him now in August. Wait till October, November. That's a sweet spot when he's going to start cheering and yelling with his dad. But, hey, man, when I say this shit more than a game, this shit more than a game. He is the first ever born human that came out the womb this shit more than the game certified. So he's going to do some, second year sophomore pains as well, but he's going to get that this shit more than the game certification as the season goes along. But that Saints and Jaguars game, we absolutely have to talk about. Now, this is a reminder to you guys that I am now partnering with Boo Crew Media. So make sure y'all follow them on all platforms. Search Boo Crew Media. They will come up and y'all get exclusive videos from my Saints instant analysis of big news and whatnot. But also I am doing a post-game show this season after every Sunday night football game, as well as I did one this past Saturday after the Saints and Jaguars game. So if y'all want more of an in-depth look of my thoughts on the Saints and Jaguars preseason game, make sure y'all check out the Boot Crew Media channel. But I do want to talk about one thing on my show from the Saints and Jaguars game, and that was, I believe, Sean and Evan, this backup quarterback competition isn't as signed, sealed, and delivered to Spencer Rattler as we all might think, because Spencer Rattler finished the day on Saturday 8 of 11 for 42 yards. I'm not great at math, but that's probably like what, 3 yards per attempt, per completion. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He was sacked 2 times, one of them for a fumble. Zach Wilson, on the other hand, finished 11 of 16 for 145 yards, 1 passing touchdown with a 118.0 passer rating. Guys, Spencer Rattler is in his 3rd year as the Saints quarterback, his 2nd year under Kellen Moore. He should have been the best player on that field when he took the field last Saturday. Yet, to me, not only did he look the same as he's looked the past 2 years, but he damn near looked like he regressed. So I ask you guys, do y'all think that Spencer Rattler should be locked down as the number 2 quarterback, or do you think Zach Wilson should be the number 2 quarterback? Sean, go ahead.
I think Spencer Rattler needs to be traded. Y'all need to get rid of him.
But who would want to take him? Like, he's not. We keep saying trade him, trade him. Who? Like, he's not like lighting the world on fire.
Jono, I think this competition is kind of sealed already, right? Zach Wilson, not saying he's a wow, like we got his answer, but I think that it's clear that Zach Wilson has had more experience. He's been through the same thing. Like, he had his little. I think he's starting to know his role in the NFL as he's just good as a backup quarterback. And I think Spencer Rattler, I think we have, in a standpoint of just with the Saints general, I think Spencer Rattler needs to go somewhere else, because just being with the Saints, he hasn't shown anything. He was supposed to be the franchise savior 2 years ago, according to some things.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're silent. You are right.
I'm just saying, like, when Spencer Rattler came out, we got this. He's going to be the franchise quarterback. He's had his moments up, and then he has a lot of down moments. And he was sacked 2 times, right? He lost the fumble. That was one of his biggest issues. So
yeah, he walks in 2 sacks. Like, he walks in 2 sacks.
Exactly. So me personally, Zach Wilson to me already won this backup job, in my opinion. Now, I mean, I could be wrong. Things could change, but Wilson is the winner to back up Tyler Shuck for the regular season. Now, Spencer Rattler might be either on a practice squad, 3rd string quarterback. If not, John, you might as well try to get some draft capital, because I think his days are numbered with New Orleans. I just don't think that his potential is going to ever get reached in New Orleans. That's just me. He could go somewhere else and be a backup. He might shine somewhere else, but Zach Wilson is right now is outshining him.
Now, it is noteworthy that Rattler was the number 2 quarterback today at the scrimmage with the Cowboys. So that makes me believe that he's going to start the game Saturday against your Los Angeles Rams, Sean. So it seems like Rattler, I guess, still has the advantage, or Kellen Moore's giving him maybe one more shot. We always get these training camp reports. Oh, Rattler's lighting it up. But when the lights are bright, man, like, he just hasn't shown enough in 3 years for us to be so damn, or a lot of fans at least, to be so locked in on him. As I tweeted on Saturday, I said, yo, Spencer, like, the anybody but Derek Carr new car smell that you were gifted is worn off. Like, we're past it. Tyler Shuck is our guy now. So you don't have that leeway, or that, the backup quarterback is the most popular person in every NFL's team's fan base anymore. Like, you got to prove that you are worthy of it. And, I laughed off, Sean, when you were like, Saints fans were saying how great he was and he could be a franchise quarterback. But sadly, you are right. Like, you remember last year how much vitriol I was getting for simply saying, hey, y'all, I think Tyler Shuck is probably going to be the starter at some point, because Kellen Moore drafted him and not Spencer Rattler. And, you a Spencer Rattler hater. He's the franchise. People are legit. I kid you not, bro. I kid y'all not. This is how beautiful but crazy fandom is. Yeah, at least 2 people who tweeted me at some parts of the past 2 years who put this man in the same sentence as Patrick Mahomes. I kid you, and they were dead serious. And I'm like, y'all fans not like, look at how y'all sound out of the way. Oh, Evan, you've been very unkind to Spencer Rattler. Look at Evan Fair. I think you're ready to come with some bullshit. You've been very unkind to Spencer Rattler in the past. So I think I know your answer. But between Spencer Rattler and Zach Wilson, Evan, who do you think should be the Saints' number 2 quarterback?
Well, I feel like after one preseason game, we can't just jump the gun. So I'm gonna just start off with that. Yeah, reading the reports on training camp with Rattler, apparently he has been doing a really good job. He's been slinging it left and right. I think he's still, in another year of Kellen Moore's system. So I think personally, I think he's still the right guy for to be your number two. And the reason why I said that because you have Zach Wilson, who's actually fighting his way to still be in his league. That's a reason why he's battling to just stay on the team. The man, he's on a lifeline right now, and he's doing all his best. Yes, did he have a better game than Rattler this past preseason game? Absolutely, yes, he did. Will I crown him the number two behind Tyler Shuff? I would not.
I'm shocked at that, Sean. I'm sure, because even look aesthetically at how they play, like Wilson is very much more similar to Tyler Shuck than Rattler is. So, like for me, like just from a standpoint of if God forbid Tyler Shuck goes down, I want somebody kind of similar to him to keep the offense at least as normal as possible. And that to me is Zach Wilson. Evan, you say Zach Wilson is fighting for his NFL. I mean, at this point, I would think like if Rattler wants to go to another team, at that point now he's on a time limit. Like, because if he flops out the second team, then it's like, okay, that's two teams you done bomb down, dude. Like that's usually where you are looking at playing in the UFL or the CFL afterwards. So I think Rattler, I mean, we'll see. I think Wilson should be.
I would say both options is not good as a backup QB. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Well, what option is good when your starting quarterback goes out?
I'm gonna throw that out there.
Cooper Rush? Cooper Rush got y'all 2 or 3 wins when that goes out. Like that's not.
And you know what happened to Cooper Rush after he left the Cowboys? Became trash.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like there's maybe only 2 or 3 teams that, and it used to be the New Orleans Saints when we had Teddy Bridgewater and we just had Sean Payton. So Taysom Hill, anybody could look good under Sean Payton and we could keep the boat afloat while Drew Brees was down. But I mean, shit, if Matt Stafford goes down, I know Ty Simpson had a really good debut this past Saturday. We're about to get to that in a few minutes. But you think the Rams are going to be the same? Like, no, like every team is basically screwed when it comes to if the starting quarterback goes down. So that's
the Bengals last season.
Exactly. And then, Evan, you remember me, like I was all high on Jake Brown. I texted you like, yo, watch out for this kid. He was gone. He was horrible. So I was so sure of myself too. I'm like, I'm gonna get him in fantasy, bro.
Evan, he must have put him in his fantasy lineup. Yeah, he gonna cut up.
He cut up all right for the other team. God damn. But yeah, no. So like honestly, when you think about it, y'all, like backup quarterback discussion is really irrelevant to the fans because either way you're screwed. Like if it's Zach Wilson or Spencer Rattler, either way you're screwed. But there is a reality where sometimes you got to rely on a backup quarterback for a portion of the season. And I just think that, not saying that Zach Wilson is amazing and we know who he is at this point, right? Like he wasn't worthy at the top pick that he was taking at, but I still think he could be. I think he's showing me more than what Spencer Rattler has. Now I'm willing to come on the show next week, showing if Rattler lights Sean up, like another great test, like, oh, we throw him to the fire. Like, okay, he's struggling against the Jaguars. Here's the Los Angeles Rams defense. If he can do good against Sean, I will come on the show and say, hey, maybe I was a little too emotional. I jumped the gun. Rattler, you still can't be the bad. I'm cheering for Rattler. I keep telling fans, like, I'm cheering for Rattler. Like, I would love to live in a world where, if y'all notice in Chicago, Caleb Williams is that guy, right? And we know Caleb Williams is the future for their team, but they have invested a ton of money and energy in Tyler Bagent because they say, hey, if Caleb ever goes down, we got somebody that we truly trust to keep this ship afloat. And I think that Tyler Bagent can do that if Caleb Williams, God forbid, ever goes down. I think that if we were in that world, I would love for that to be Rattler, but he just never shows me consistently that he can be that guy. So Evan, I don't know how you say that. Oh, he's he has more rope than Wilson, or that he still has more potential, I guess, than Wilson. That's what you sound like you were saying. That's that. Rattler still has his ceiling not to be unleashed. Where
I'm not talking about ceiling or anything like that. I'm just talking about a backup QB who's been in the system more than one season and he's already familiar with everything. That's all I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. You're not going to depend on Rattler to win like a whole season for you. But if Tyler Show goes down for one,
Shuck, Evan, it's Shuck. Good Lord, it's been a year.
Well, Tyler Show goes down for one game, and you need Rattler to come in and maybe win one game, and he knows the system already. You have a better chance with him.
Rattler has only won one game in 13 starts, by the way.
Well, guess what? Your odds are still not looking good, but still, he knows the system to the point he knows the playbook. All right, that's what I'm saying. You just have a better chance with him than Zach Wilson. But again, that's just one preseason game. If the same thing happens for the next season game, who knows?
Well, we're going to see. Sean, y'all, Bruce saying, don't encourage Evan. Don't encourage Evan. Sean, y'all going to baptize Spencer Rattler this weekend by fire because it seems like again, we'll see tomorrow if Zach Wilson gets the number 2 start against in practice. I think that we're practicing with the Cowboys after 7 fights. We probably not anymore, but we'll see. But if Rattler is the starter on Saturday against y'all Rams, Sean, I mean, I know y'all probably how's y'all backup defense? Because it's probably gonna be the 2s against the 2s again. Like, is y'all backup defense legit too?
I mean, we shut down the Kansas City until the 4th quarter, and then they're pretty good from what I've seen. I mean, the defense, I'm still worried about our linebackers and stuff, but overall, I was impressed of our defense holding it down. Well, I think we only, we allowed like 9 points. You know, I know it was against backups, but still, overall, they played a good, solid game, in my opinion. Yeah.
Well, Spencer Rattler's future. It lies in y'all hands on Saturday, Sean. So I hope that he can show out. And again, I'm cheering for him. Like, I would love for him to be like our long-term backup, but I always say I can only go by the data. Like with Jordyn Tyson injury history, I can only go by like until Rattler gives me a reason to be like, yo, this guy is legitimate. He has a future. Hell, he could be a starting quarterback. No, he can't. I mean, he hasn't shown anything besides just him being in black and go for anybody to say that. But he also hasn't shown me that he could be a reliable backup quarterback for a long-term future. He is who he is at this point. And I thought he was going to be better this season, especially after all these glowing training camp reports about how he's taking the leap and he's doing this and doing that. But when the lights are bright, he's still doing the same thing. He's a statue in the pocket. Then he kind of holds the ball too long. Then he runs into sacks and he fumbles the ball. He doesn't throw any deep shots. He's only doing like 3 or 4 yard passes. Come on, Rattler. Like NFL, not for long. Like you want to get so many chances before the next wave of quarterbacks come in, and there's always somebody waiting to take your spot.
I mean, I think that, I kind of take what Evan was saying. Like Rattler kind of does know the playbook a little bit more, of course, Zach Wilson, but it looked like Zach Wilson was more comfortable in the system, even though the playbooks are very vanilla. They're not calling nothing real like real game day. But me personally, it could go down to the 3rd game, the last preseason game, John, where, like you said, I think Rattler has this game. I think this game is very important for him, especially out of all the quarterbacks, of course, between him and Wilson. He has to stand out. And I think he'll probably play maybe the first half and maybe Zach Wilson play the second. But if he doesn't show out, like if he doesn't at least give a glimpse of, okay, you did better than last week, we're going to go to the 3rd preseason game to really battle out that second one. I think that if he doesn't have a great performance this week, Wilson is going to definitely claim that second backup spot. Like he would definitely be the backup quarterback going into the regular season. That's just my opinion.
Time will tell with that, but I definitely don't think that Rattler has the job lock and key the way we may think he does. Somebody who probably does have that backup position locked up in Los Angeles is Ty Simpson. Because Sean, even though this is, it helps to be a Saints fan if you're watching the show. Because you're on the show, I'm going to give your Rams some love. And Ty Simpson had a very impressive performance this past Saturday, Sean. In his first preseason game, Rams first-round pick Ty Simpson has completed 21, Sean, of 25 passes for 190 yards. Ain't no ding and dunk, Sean. That seems like he was giving them air yards out there. 2 touchdowns, Sean, and 0 interceptions. Now, Evan, I know you haven't been on the show in a while. Ironically, I was the one when the Rams took Ty Simpson telling Sean, hey, that's actually a good pick because y'all already have a loaded team. Yes, it would be like sprinkles on the ice cream to draft another luxury wide receiver or something. But why not get a quarterback who has potential so that when Matt Stafford retires after this year or next year, you don't have that quarterback purgatory that we as Saints fans damn sure lived after Breeze went down. You can have that Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck quarterback trajectory where you don't worry about, oh, man, who's going to be our quarterback now? Sean, Evan, surprisingly was like, no, I do not like this pick. I want to draft more talent and try to complete our Super Bowl window while it's open. We'll worry about 2027 or 2028 when the time comes. So very interesting, Sean, because he showed out. So after that performance, has it made you change your mind anyway or what?
I mean, like I said, I like the performance. There was things that I felt like he could have worked on better. He did a lot of good things, and he mostly did a lot of bootleg throws, a lot of stayed in the pocket, threw some dimes. I think that he could do a little bit more better of getting the ball out of his hands a little bit quicker. But of course, Jono, you also have to understand he only played 1 full season at Alabama. That was his first start, like real first start. So he's still raw. Of course, who's better to learn under than Stafford and McVay? So I like the performance. I would like to see him build upon this. Don't start hot and then against y'all, Darren headlights night. Oh, what the hell? I'm just saying.
I'm looking forward to seeing him Saturday.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm impressed with what I've seen, but I'm not gonna just be like, "Ooh, Ty Simpson, yeah, that's our future." Nah,
you're a fan. You should be like, "Damn,
but I am a realistic. Like, all right, it's preseason. I want to see him at least go against some real ones, like actually get the start against some real starter defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like the real starters on the defense.
Well, you probably won't until you will hope that he doesn't, because that would mean Stafford for whatever reason isn't playing, or if
I'm saying in the preseason, John. I'm just saying.
I think we're in an era of preseason where very rarely a team's going to play starters at this point anymore. Like, we're in a new era. That ain't happening anymore.
I'm impressed. I like what I seen Saturday. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. I just, like I said last week, I just felt like, if you knew the circumstances with Aaron Donald and all this other stuff we had, you could have made a different pick. But I'm not mad at it. That's all.
Well, Ab, how do you feel about the Rams taking a quarterback when they have a window that's wide open for this year and possibly next year? And did this performance on Saturday impress you? Are you it's preseason, who cares type of guy?
Well, that's a two-part question. So I'm gonna try to answer the first one. When the Rams got Tyler Simpson in the first round, I get the logic behind it. Stafford only has a year or two left, trying to pass it on to the next QB, trying to do Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, I get that. Is Tyler Simpson that guy? He's not. I'm going to be point blank simple. He really is not. Even when he was at Alabama, he was just an okay college football player. Now, we go all that, we can talk about the preseason game. I actually watched that whole game, and it was some great passing. Of course, he was 21 out of 25. But if you actually look at the plays it was doing, as Sean mentioned earlier, it was a lot of play actions. It was a lot of bootlegs. The offensive play caller, don't get me wrong, Sean McVay could call an offense. I'll give him that. And the play calls he was doing, people was wide open. So I'm like, of course, a quarterback could throw to a receiver that is wide open. Now, he did have one pass that I thought it was a really good pass. He zinged it through for a slant. Got a first down on it. That was like the best pass for him. But majority of the game, it was usually just wide open people and like quick, small passes. Nothing out the usual. Nothing like, oh wow, I would be excited for this guy. Not really. No. I need to see something more. Yes, it's one game. I don't like to put all my money on rent for one game. Now, if I was a Rams fan, would I be excited for Tyler Simpson? I mean, for him, maybe. I mean, it gives you some kind of glimpse, like, okay, you're not going to dark hell like going to Spencer Rattler as a quarterback after that. But I say all to say, I'm like, I need to see more. I'm still, like what Sean said, I think they could have drafted somebody else. I think they could have used that draft capital for something else and literally hone into what they're trying to do accomplish this year. Now, and I get it. They're planning for the future, which I understand. But personally, I think they should just fill the void with somewhere else. Yeah, I'd like to see more of Ty Simpson doing something. I want to see him playing against starters to see if he's actually the real deal or not. Because personally, in my personal opinion, going back to his Alabama days, he was just okay quarterback at Alabama. And I think that his NFL career is just going to just be okay as well. He's going to be one of those mid-tier QBs.
What I would say to close out this topic is, as Sean says, who better though, for a quarterback to learn under than a Matt Stafford and Sean McVay combo. Sure. Now, what's going to hurt, I think, Simpson is that I am expecting once Stafford and this era of Rams football to kind of close out in a year or two, Sean McVay going to say deuces. He going to do a Sean Payne, say, I ain't doing no damn rebuild or anything like that. A bridge here. I'm going on Fox CBS and getting $10 million to talk football, not trying to do a bridge here or anything. So hopefully Simpson eats up and soaks up all of the knowledge that he can so that when it comes time for his era to begin, he's ready. But I still believe, again, like I get it. Like, it would have been nice to get maybe Mekhi Lemon for, the Rams, showing y'all got this great wide receiver core now. And, y'all can outshoot the Seahawks or whatever teams y'all play in the playoffs. But I'm telling you, man, if 2028 comes in, Ty Simpson is doing the Aaron Rodgers thing where you're like, damn, thank God we got him and we ain't got to worry about, do we need a quarterback in the future or not? You're going to look back at 2026 and say, thank God we made that pick. But that's just how I feel when this shit more than the game. One quarterback who I know is a legend and I never have to question is Drew Brees. And man, did he give an amazing Hall of Fame speech 2 weeks ago, and I am still watching it to this day.
It's 3:28 in the morning. John, are you in here? John, what are you doing? What? You're still watching
What
this?
do you mean we're still watching? Of course I'm still watching.
How many times have you watched it?
Not
It's
enough.
3 in the
Not
morning.
enough. That's how many times I've watched it. Not
What do you
enough.
mean
You know
not
this shit more
enough?
than the game. You know this shit more than the
JJ's
game.
been crying.
You mean I ain't shit crying? That's an emotional
You
speech.
need to come to bed. You just need to come to bed. Look, you're
You're
tired.
right. Come on. It is late.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
That's such a great speech, man.
Yeah. Okay, cue TV.
Let me just watch it one more time, okay?
What do
Just
you
one more
mean?
time, all right? Like, you have a, just watch it one more time, okay? Just show me when you can watch.
JJ needs you.
Good night. It was a great speech, y'all. I haven't watched that thing like 283 times already. Hey, Ab, you making that face. I know what you're going to say. Don't worry, all right? You know why? Because videos like that is why we're going to have legitimate sponsorships this season. I ain't going to reveal behind the curtain yet, but I just want everybody to know.
I wasn't thinking that. That was a creepy video.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, shh, let me watch it one more time. All right, bro.
Man, boy, they're like a serial killer. Couldn't
Man,
even see his face.
hey, Sean, I saw the tissue in the corner. I said, oh, man.
Oh man, y'all lying, but laugh and make the jokes all y'all want. This year we're gonna have legitimate sponsors. Finally, after freaking 4 years, we're gonna actually have legitimate sponsors because for whatever reason, Evan always, huh?
Get the Chiwis?
not Chewies, but Evan always says, I don't know who watching your videos. Well, major brands are because we got some fun things coming up for y'all that I'm we'll talk about when the season starts, but we actually have some legitimate sponsors this year. And then you see a video like that and you're like, why? I'm having fun. Like, what? Really? They want to work with you?
Kleenex.
Anyways, y'all. Everybody in the chat, get y'all. This is why y'all keep throughout the whole summer, y'all. They were like, "Where's Sean?" Well, they was asking about you. They were asking about Sean and Zig. They were like, "We good with Evan off the show." This is why I don't have him on the show, y'all. They always take the show to another direction. Get y'all. Ask Jono or Sean, or now if y'all even have a question for Ev, we do this new segment now where I let the audience ask any question that they want to me or my fellow coach, and it could be anything. It don't have to be just sports. They could talk about whatever questions they have, we answer to them. So y'all get y'all questions in. Britt, do not encourage those two. Do not encourage those two. Jelly Bear, please stop. Y'all can't encourage them. They're gonna see the laughing emojis and be like, oh, we got something with this one. And especially because it's a professional. Y'all making these damn Kleenex jokes and stuff. Y'all don't realize, Sean and Evan, like I am now considered sports media. Like, I'm not lying, y'all. Awful announcement, one of my favorite websites. Make sure y'all check them out if y'all want to just kind of keep in the loop of all the sports media stuff that's going on in the world. They had this article where they put the sports media reacts to Jayden Daniels LSU demands. We're going to get to that in a little bit. And look who they have as one of the sports media people that they highlighted for their opinion about Jayden Daniels. Yours truly. Now, I used to say, because this ain't the first time Awful Announcement did an article where they put sports media and they included one of my tweets. I used to kind of shy away from them. I'm like, I'm not sports media, y'all. I'm just a fan. And I still take pride in that I am just a fan. But I am also going to embrace in 2026, y'all. You know what? I am. I'm sports media now. This is the new wave of sports media. John O'Bones is sports media. So I need both of y'all to start with these damn cheap ass jokes and all this Paul stuff and be a little bit more professional and have some decorum because this is a sports media show now. This ain't just no goddamn fan talking to.
You were tearing up because of the speech. What do you think I was talking about?
Anyways, all I asked though, all I asked Awful Announcement is don't put me ever with that jackass Robert Griffin again. Y'all got me in the right spot. I'm above Robert Griffin, but don't ever put me with RG3 whack ass again. I don't like that guy at all. There's very few people that I openly come out and say I don't like, but RG3 old lame ass. Just being associated with him in that article gave me the ugh. All right. Before we get to our new sponsors this upcoming season, let's hear a word from one of our All You Faithful ones, and then we'll get to the Ask Jono segment. Here's a gift just for you for being a fan. Are you going to a sports game or a concert or any major event? Well, buy your tickets from SeatGeek and use the promo code JONO at checkout, and you can receive $20 off your purchase over $50. That's $20 off your purchase. What are you waiting for? You know this shit more than a game, man. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed that Everybody really think y'all funny, but okay. For whatever reason, people actually think y'all funny. But shout out to Jerry for calling me the hardest working man. Hey, Evan, this is me and you. Like Johnny Bell says, I got a blue chew. No, we ain't got blue chew, but we do got the hymns if we ever want to go down.
Shit, I wish.
Hymns and Kleenex, y'all. Welcome to the This Shit More Than a Game. All right, Evan. Like I said, we have a new segment we call Ask Jono, but now that you and Sean are on the show, I also open it up to you guys as well. If anybody in the comments has a question for me, for Sean, or for Evan, for all three of us, let me know. Get y'all questions in now before I get to the chat. I got some questions for you, Evan and Sean. So let's do a little bit of a speed round because as we talked about, all four announcing highlighted what I felt about Jayden Daniels returning. If you guys can read the screen, I say that I think him and his team, aka his mom, botched it completely because now he has completely lost the favor of Louisiana, which is a major, major fumble. Boy, did the Washington fans eat my I was about to say you my head. Boy, did y'all got my mind corrupted, okay? Boy, did the Washington fans chew me out. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even say anything about Washington, but I understand that Jayden Daniels is their guy now. So whatever, Washington. I ain't got no smoke with y'all, but I will when y'all come play us this shit more than a game. But Sean and Evan, how do y'all feel about Jayden Daniels sending a cease and desist to LSU after they gave DJ Pickett his number 5 and he felt that was disrespectful? Evan, as an LSU semi-alumnus, I'm going to start with you. What do you think about Jayden Daniels sending that cease and desist?
Well, one, it's a disgrace because you're in the NFL. Why are you even worrying about who's wearing your number at LSU? And two, it's not like you even won a national championship with LSU. So why does it even matter? The only person who should probably have a say-so is Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow, it was like, So for all that to happen, and another thing, that shows you this is not more of the LSU thing. This is more of a Coach Kelly problem that happened with that. True. False promises that he probably gave out to it. So that just goes along of just all the craziness through his coach tenure. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing to say that with the LSU, and now we have to deal with that. It's unfortunate.
Sean, and everybody in the chat, if y'all want to answer as well, like Bruce Saint said, he agrees with Evan's take on that. Sean, how do you feel about Jayden Daniels sending that cease and desist to LSU?
Evan really just said everything I was about to say. Like, no disrespect to Jayden Daniels. Yeah, he had some great performances at LSU, but you didn't win a natty. You did not win a championship. What have you done that was significant like that for you to have your number retire or not to be worn by another player? Then on top of that, like I said, if anybody is even in that realm of discussion, it should be Joe Burrow, who led one of the top championship teams of all times to a championship. Jayden Daniels, what he did, he beat Alabama. Okay. Joe Burrow did too. Like, what else did you do? Now, if you delivered a championship, maybe. But like to Evan's point, why are you worrying about a number? You're in the NFL, bro. You're making millions. Focus on winning a Super Bowl and staying healthy. And let LSU worry about what they need to worry about. But unfortunate, we have to deal with this BS and stuff like that. But come on, bro. Let's be for real. Jayden Daniels,
do y'all think he proactively felt some type of way, or his mama? Because we all know he has the stigma that his mom caused.
Come on now. Jayden Daniels, is whatever his mom's is doing or saying, he's going to follow. That's just.
Have you seen his mama?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways, let me just play devil's advocate, because I agree with y'all mostly. I mean, but I will play devil's advocate. Technically, y'all keep saying Joe Burrow. They have not given away Joe Burrow's number since Joe Burrow has left. Nobody has worn number 9 at LSU. Now, there's Billy Cannon, there's Joe Burrow, and there's Jayden Daniels. Billy Cannon and Joe Burrow's numbers have not been issued since they have left the school. Jayden Daniels has. What do they all have in common? All three of them are the only Heisman winners in LSU history. Does Jayden Daniels not deserve to feel some type of way? And I'm not trying to turn this to a race thing, by the way, because I knew that was going to come eventually. When that news came, I said, oh boy, wait till the black Twitter or whatever you want to call it gets a hold of this story. But the white two people got it. But just keeping the sports, does he not deserve to feel some type of way that those two got their number? I don't think Billy Cannon, I'm not an LSU historian, so if anybody knows, let me know. Billy Cannon didn't win a national championship, I don't think. So how come Joe Burrow's number gets given away, but Billy Cannon and Joe Burrow's does not?
Did you see?
They all are Heisman winners. I understand the national championship thing, but they are the Heisman winners. I'm just playing devil's advocate, Sean. I'm just trying to
John, I'm gonna be for real. One of the teams, and maybe Evan would disagree with me, but I think it was Jayden Daniels' first year, I believe, as a starter.
Okay, wait, hold on. Billy Cannon did with a national champion, so I guess yeah. I mean, shit,
So I was about to say, like Jay Daniels, if he would have delivered a championship, like me and Evan said, this conversation, you probably would have had an argument for this conversation. But Joe Burrow and Billy Cannon, like I said, Joe Burrow led one of that's all-time greatest college, and that's even up for debate too. Okay, but he led a championship team, bro, and they put up historic numbers. Jay Daniels was a great quarterback at LSU. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but his biggest highlights was when he beat Alabama in overtime. That was it. When it was time for them to really win the big games when they needed to, he didn't do as well. He didn't deliver a championship, and that's LSU standards. Just like any top 10 program in college football, he did not deliver a championship when he did have a decent team. When he had Brian Thomas, he had Malik Neighbors. They had a solid defense. That's probably that second season of him starting, but still, if he would have won a natty, maybe this would be a conversation. But come on, bro. Let's be for real. Like, it's a number.
You know what my overall thoughts on that is? You're right, Sean, it is a number. I feel like if a team is going to retire a number, it needs to be like the top 0.0001. Like a Drew Brees should be retired. Like nobody should run 9 again. Cam Jordan, yeah, you know what? Cam Jordan is a legend, but that's a world. You know that we can't retire numbers all the way because then you're gonna run out. Like the Yankees don't have, I think, any single digit numbers they can give out anymore because they retire all their single digits. I mean, then you get to the point where, and God respect him, Tony Allen with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies retired his number, and I'm like, what? We start to lose the plot a little bit. Like when God bless what Tony Allen means to Memphis, but like Tony Allen should not be getting his number retired, right? Again, you need to be top 0.1% if you are going to have your number retired by a franchise and not, oh, he was a great player for us for 6 to 7 years. Or he really represented what our city is about. So we're going to then you're going to run out of numbers. It's going to be 2000. It's going to be 3036, and they're going to have like 8 numbers left for NBA teams because everybody's numbers retired. So in general, I feel like numbers being retired is kind of overrated. Retire the jersey, hang it up, but you ain't got to retire a number. Ev, any final thoughts?
No. Also, Billy Cannon had a nice little restaurant, TJ Ribs, in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
Nice little spot.
Great insight. My next question, y'all, is the New Orleans Saints announced last week that in honor of their 60th season, they're having a $6 value menu this season at the Superdome, and you can now get a hot dog, popcorn, pretzels, nachos, draft beer, Dasani, look at your face, Dasani water for $6. Now, this was supposed to be like a great PR move for the Saints. They probably were like, oh, everybody's going to love us for this. Like, we're really bringing the prices down. But all everybody could focus on was that damn Dasani water is $6. And it kind of took away the shine of a beer, which is usually like $13, $14 at a stadium being $6. So all that to say, guys, do y'all think the Saints are tripping with this $6 menu? Like, should it be celebrated or should it be tomatoes thrown at them for this?
Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing, John. Went to a FIFA game this past summer at AT&T Stadium. I got two beers, a vegan nachos, and a vegan hot dog. It cost me $122.
Dang.
So this 6 for $6. I might even go to a Saints game this year.
Wow. So Evan actually likes it, y'all. Evan actually likes it. Sean, do you think that this is something to be celebrated? $6 hot dog and the $6 Dasani water of all companies, Dasani?
Yeah, the $6. Jono, how big is the nachos and the popcorn? Like,
I think the nachos is like a bowl of nachos, and they put the cheese like on the side.
Oh, no.
And the nachos in a bag that you got to open and rip up in.
Nah, the Dasani water that's crazy. Not a beer. I kind of like that, but I guess it's all right.
I just think it was a PR fumble. I think the Saints should have focused specifically on the beer and just put and more for other items. Like, okay, we'll let people come to the stadium and see that, a pretzel and a hot dog and a water is $6 as well. But we're going to focus the press release and the big announcement on the beer. And that way they would not have gotten ratioed by everybody focusing on that damn.
And let me throw this out there. As a marketing person who knows about sponsorships and everything, you know what? Dasani is probably giving them money to help offset the cost of everything else.
No, trust me. I know that there's a business side to damn near everything, especially with the NFL. It's $1 billion conglomerate. I get all that, but you got to think about the PR way of it, Evan, too. Like this, I'm sure Dasani was like, make sure you include us so that we could get publicity. But all the publicity was them getting shit on saying Dasani water. You can't pay me $6 to drink no damn Dasani water. I'm gonna kind of go back on the last question because Mr. Ripley, who is in Tennessee, kind of got offended by my Tony Allen comparison. He put in all caps, hold the F up. Don't do Big Memphis. You don't know much about Tony Allen, who down here for us. His jersey is more for the work and love he gives to the city. Mr. Ripley, I appreciate that, man. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to act like I know what Tony Allen means to Memphis or Tennessee.
Tony Allen did a great thing, a lot of things for him. You know, brought him a champion. No, I don't think he didn't do that. All right, we can go.
Is that like we got it? I'm glad that he means a lot to the city. Like, God bless him. Make a stadium, make him a statue outside y'all city hall. We're talking about sports, man. Like, there should be a threshold for numbers. I'm sorry. I don't care how much he means. Cam Jordan means a ton to the city of New Orleans. I'm not going, and I love Cam Jordan. I don't think number 94 should be retired. It has to be the best of the best of the best. But I understand that we are not in Memphis, so we can't speak on what Tony Allen means to you guys. I'm not trying to discredit what he does mean in Memphis. I just think in general, numbers should be reserved for the best of the best. Ev, just because I got you on, I'm gonna ask you a question. How you feel about that Cowboys draft, man? NFL gave y'all a B+. What do you think about the Caleb Downs picking some of y'all other defensive positions? He's been waiting for this, Sean. He's been waiting for this. Man,
Caleb Downs, he's giving me like that Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed vibes, man. Like for him to be,
if he does, and Jordyn Tyson continues his injury trajectory, old boy is gonna be batting in New Orleans. But go ahead.
I don't know why Sean ain't making a noise, but the rookie is so knowledgeable and picking up the game at a quick speed. I honestly think he'll be just a Pro Bowl player just this season alone for his rookie year.
Okay.
Now, Lawrence, I'm very excited for it. I love his skills that he has, and that's why I was so very excited to bring Von Miller into it, so he could actually teach him the ropes and everything. Because I think he's going to be a hell of a player for the Cowboys as well. And I know y'all saw that wide receiver touchdown for the Cowboys with the one hand. That boy's going to be nice.
Okay,
but it was a good draft though. It was a good draft.
What a shock! What a shock! How do y'all feel about Alvin Kamara going down today with practice? Hopefully y'all Cowboys didn't take any cheap shots, Evan. But Sean, we know Alvin's age. We know Alvin. We know Alvin's injury history. Sean, do you think that this is something that we should go to sleep, tossing and turning tonight, or do you think we should be a little calm and wait for more information to come out?
Just be calm. It's probably something minor. I don't think it's nothing that we're gonna lose sleep over. Nothing significant
Evan?
like.
Well, Sean, you better not be jinxing us, Sean. You better not be jinxing us. I do not want to wake up tomorrow and they say, "Oh, Alvin Kamara's out for 2 months as well."
No, I don't think it's something serious. Did he walk with trainers or did he walk by himself? That's the main question.
They say he left with trainers, so. But that could mean anything. Like if trainers always going.
Like they say Chris Olave walked off with trainers earlier today too.
They say Jordyn Tyson jogged off the field last week, and that's what all the fans kept throwing at me. He jogged off. He jogged off. He's only going to miss one game if anything. Relax. And now he's only going to miss 2 months. John, geez, calm down.
I would say the same thing. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
All right. We got my questions for y'all. I think the Saints had a good draft, by the way, as well. Evan. Hopefully Tyson continues, doesn't go down this path. But I think the Saints had a pretty good draft, and I think that wide receiver core, y'all. I'm still. Even with Jordyn Tyson being down, I think this wide receiver core is really going to do good. And I think number 85, y'all, watch out for him in fantasy. I'm telling y'all right now, don't take him. I'm taking him first in fantasy.
Bro, why are you the biggest receiver out of all of them?
He's talking about, that ain't me. I don't know who that is. That ain't me, though. But I got my eye on number 85. I know that for sure. I got my eye on number 85. All right, y'all. Let me get to that real portion of the Ask Jono segment where we get questions from the audience and we get questions for some of you guys as well. So let me go to the first question and we will get to the questions for our co-hosts today, starting with the Nola Chop podcast. And he asks, Jono, what are your thoughts on Jordyn Price? Do you feel like he can be a lot too? I know somebody who loves Jordyn Price, and that's this man down here, but I love Jordyn Price. I hope that he makes the team because Lord knows I am an equal opportunist and I want to see the racial war come to an end. So I want to see a white cornerback on my team. So I think Jordyn Price can legitimately, Sean and Evan, make the team. Do y'all have any thoughts about Jordyn Price? They called him the Winter Soldier. They called him White Chocolate. Do y'all think that he has a legitimate shot of making the Saints roster as a cornerback?
I mean, he ain't gonna be no Riley Moss or anything, but
the Gene Cooper, I don't think he's gonna be nobody like that. But I guess just to give the city some type of hope, John, like a Taysom Hill be like just
white people deserve representation too. Let's be real, man. White people deserve
but I mean, I guess.
Evan, you have a question. Jerry asks, besides the Cowboys, who do you think would win the NFC East if it wasn't y'all between the Eagles, Giants, or Commanders? That's a good question. Like, who do you think is your biggest threat?
Ooh, I like what the Giants got with John Harbaugh coming over there. I feel like Commanders got a little thing going on, so it has to be the Eagles by default. But I think the Eagles going to take a step back this year.
So you think it's going to be on a y'all representing NFC East in the playoffs?
Oh, Cowboys definitely winning the NFC East this year.
Okay. Slim South says, Jono, do I think Jaden Ford will make the 50? He had a good preseason last year. He's having a good preseason so far this season. At some point, how many good preseasons can you have till the team gives you a chance? So I would hope that he makes it. He's doing the damn thing. So we will see about that. Pokemon Master asks, Jono, who will win the NFC South this year and go? I still think it's the Saints. I'm not going to, as negative as y'all think I might be about the Jordyn Tyson thing, I'm still going to be positive about our chances in 2026 until they give me a reason not to be positive. Jono, Evan, and Sean, a question for all three of us. Who is our favorite boxer of all time? I'm going to go first because I kind of grew up as a kid towards, I guess, the end of his peak, but he was still such a special attraction that I knew what young Jono was witnessing was special, and that's Mike Tyson. I remember Evan, you remember, well, you was a baby, but like our parents would always have the Tyson fights at one of their houses, and it would always be over by like the second round. And I just remember how hyped up everybody would be for a Tyson fight. So I think in my lifetime, obviously, Ali, Sugar Ray, like people like that, who we were not born for. So I want to name them, but I can't because I didn't watch them while I was old enough to. I got to go with Tyson. Sean?
Tyson, just because who he was, he was prime time, like I said, that's the era that I grew up with as far as like boxing, when I really was watching boxing. But people would be upset paying them high ass pay-per-view prices. And
but I felt like people were paying knowing that they wanted to see that. They wanted to see Tyson knock somebody out in 30 seconds.
Evan, pay $60, even though that's not high. Well, back then that wasn't considered high, but $60, bro. Oh, $60. Bam. Knockout, first round knockout. That's it. And you done bought everything for the party. Now it's like, okay, now we just got a party the night away. No more. So, but Tyson, man, Tyson was just one of those person. He was that dude back then. So Tyson for me.
Av, you a little younger than us. So would Tyson be your answer? Or was there somebody else that you kind of grew up on that you're like, nah, this is my guy?
No, I think I'm more of the Floyd Mayweather. That's why I grew up on.
Yeah, I remember with the parties, when you were old enough.
With every fight he had, we was always together watching it.
We were. He was.
So he'll be my favorite one, but I ain't gonna lie, who's coming up the rankings right now?
Who? My
boy Jake Paul. Love me some Jake Paul.
Oh my God.
Love me some Jake Paul.
So you got any dollars on that?
No, I'm not about to entertain.
Love me some Jake Paul, man.
If that's the case, then I Adonis Creed, one of the best boxers ever.
Where have we gone as a society, y'all? I swear, where have we gone as a society? Pokemon Master has a question for you, Evan. He said, how many times this year? Sean, can you read this question? I think you do it better than me.
How many times this year we're here from Dak when he said, I can't even say it. Here we go.
Evan?
Quite a few times, all right.
Oh man. Mr. Ripley is really mad at me about this Tony Allen take. He says, answer this, y'all. If not Tony Allen, then we got slim pickings. Ain't many to choose from. So him, or Zebo, or Marcus Gasol, or Mike Conley, maybe Rudy Gay. That's it. But Evan, okay, I think he's kind of answering the question. Like, okay, yeah, sorry that y'all don't have the greatest history. That doesn't mean that y'all have to retire a number. Like,
I was about to say, it'll just be empty up there at this point. All these players.
No. Look, I'm not saying they can't retire like an actual jersey. I just think the number. Now, when I'm reading this, they say the number 9 jersey. So maybe it's just a jersey, but I feel like I see numbers, so I'm assuming that means that the number is retired too. I'm sorry. Mr. Ripley, you sound like you're taking real personal offense to this.
He could be can he be in like the Ring of Honor or something? Like maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's levels. There's levels
to
it.
Like a halftime show or something. Like
I think they already did. But Ronnie says, "Hey guys, what is our outlook on Brock Rechsteiner after his suspension?" Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Like I know I've been hyping him up just because I'm a wrestling fan, but I don't think he has NFL level talent. I hope he proves me wrong. But I do think there was maybe if Kellen Moore's creative enough. We stash him on the practice squad, and he can kind of have a X Factor type role where we just put him in unique situations if he can ever evolve, I guess. I don't want to say Taysom Hill type guy, but like somebody, enforcer, if anything. He would have had a job in the NBA as an enforcer. I know that. So, y'all think that Scott Steiner's son got a future in NFL?
No, probably a better chance in WWE.
After that suplex on y'all player today, Evan, he damn sure got a first ballot card up to the WWE if he ever wants that life. Jerry asks John, though, after watching Michael Hellman, Jerry thinks he's an automatic lock on the Saints roster. Do you agree? I don't know if I want to say automatic, but I think he has a good shot because you can never have enough pass rushers. And look, I'm probably racist with this, but every time I see a great white pass rusher, I keep going to like Rob Ninkovich and Trey Hendrickson on our team. When a white pass rusher shows you he has the skills to get to the quarterback, you keep him because they have been very kind to the Saints in the past. So I hope he does make the team because Lord knows we need as many pass rushers as we can get. Is that the final question from everybody? Do y'all have any more questions? And we'll make sure. All right, Sean, Jerry has a question for you. He says, Sean, when the Saints and Rams playing Saturday, which player are you looking most forward to seeing make a standout? Ooh, good question, Sean.
Is it for the Rams or the Saints? Like both?
Hey, answer both, yeah.
Well, for the Rams, of course, Ty Simpson. I want to see him take another step. I want to see exactly how he can build upon his last performance. For the Saints, I've been seeing reports about this cornerback, Emerson Jr.
Yep.
He had a pick last week. I've been hearing some great reports that he's been like clamping stuff down. He had a great first preseason game. I didn't really watch the Saints Jaguars game as much, but I've been hearing that he can possibly be like one of those good corners to play along with Kool-Aid. So I want to see how he performs this Saturday against us. So that's one of the players I'm looking forward to seeing for the Saints.
Gotcha. And you say Ty Simpson for the Rams, which is my answer too. I want to see what Ty Simpson does for us. T Dirty, you funny as hell, man. Jerry, I think this is the final. Unless y'all have any more final questions, it's gonna be the final question. So if you have a last question for me, Eva, Sean, get it in now. If not, we're gonna wrap up the show after this. Jerry asks, do you think Ty Chandler will make the roster after the kickoff return? It feels like our running back depth isn't like great. I'm not going to act like the fans say, we got a great running back there, but Achane and Kamara are locked. So then you got the Devin Neal, Kendre Miller, and I would guess Ty Chandler, third spot up for grabs. I would think Devin Neal has the inside track, but you can't ignore 87 or whatever it was, y'all kickoff returns. So I think he made himself, at least if anything, somebody to watch for these next 2 weeks. So time will tell with that. Speaking of that kickoff return, I still want to say I don't know what the hell Fox 8 was thinking by playing a Gail Benson interview seconds before kickoff. And so when that amazing play is happening, we got a goddamn Gail Benson interview being like, what the hell? Like how can you have a team of professionals, producers say, hey, let's play an interview 30 seconds before a kickoff? I love Fox 8. They've been very kind to me, but I always keep it real. Come on, Fox 8. We got one more question apparently. Evan, it is for you. Excuse me. You know what? Yeah, people talking about, I completely forgot about Estimate. Well, I hope the Estimate is healthy. He didn't practice today. We saw that horrible hit he took last week. So hopefully he's healthy. But yeah, I do agree actually. So Estimate would be number 3. But then it's like, do you keep a fourth running back? And if so, is it Devin Neal, Kendre Miller, or Ty Chandler? Ty Chandler, if he is going to make the team, maybe he says I got to make it as a kickoff returner. So it'll be interesting for sure, guys. Hopefully Estimate is healthy. Evan, what is the weakest area? See, I hope Evan actually answers this seriously and doesn't say something like, we got no weak areas on our team. But what is the weakest area that your Cowgirls did not pay enough of attention to this past offseason, whether it's secondary, special teams, or O-line?
I think our biggest weakness is going to probably be our secondary. I'm not a big fan of our corners. Bland, he likes to go for the ball. He's a very aggressive cornerback, so he likes to try to get the interception. But he gets injured as well, and we don't have cornerback depth whatsoever. So I am nervous that if it's it could be a shootout, pretty much. If it's you can pass on this team. I'm not gonna lie to you. You could definitely pass on this team. Hopefully, we're gonna be great against the run with Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark out there. So we're gonna be a good run defense, but pass defense, we're probably gonna be ranked bottom for it. I'm not to be straight up.
Damn, Sean, that's the most serious we heard Evan about his Cowboys ever on this show. He actually relented that the Cowboys have some deficiencies.
And I can rebuttal like with Evan. Like I told Jono last week for the Rams, we got this on paper awesome ass defense, but our weakness, in my opinion, Evan, is our linebacker core. I do not like our linebackers. Even with Nate Landman, I'm not that like, ooh. But of course, people say you can cover that up with, of course, the D-line and your secondary, of course. But still, linebackers still got to make tackles. Like if Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett, they're going to eat up. Well, if Aaron Donald do come back, eat up the blocks, you still got to make the tackles, cover in space and stuff like that. I feel like our linebackers are pretty much our most vulnerable on the team as far as our weakness.
Evan, I don't think anybody actually know what the Rams' weakness was.
I'm just saying. I'm bringing the point. I
didn't want to interrupt them, but I was like,
all our teams got weaknesses, though. All our teams got weaknesses. Well, Saints got a lot of weaknesses.
All I say was Evan was honest. He's still talking about shit, Rams. Okay.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Sean said, that's a good point. Let me tell you about the weakness of the Rams.
Let me tell you the weakness about the Rams. Yeah,
Oh man, I appreciate you all. It was fun, y'all, having y'all back. Oh, Jeremiah asks if the offense is going to have real playmaking on the field with Tyler Shep before week 1 against Detroit Lions. It's going to be a real shootout on the field with regular season kickoff.
Hey, hold up.
It would have been
Can you put that comment?
No. It would be Jeremiah. A lot better. I would have felt about a shootout if we had some goddamn Jordyn Tyson, but hopefully Tyler Shep can continue to elevate the team. So Evan and Sean, I think all the questions have been answered this week. Sean, do you have any final words before the Saints and the Rams play this Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time?
No, I'm just interested to see how the teams respond after the first preseason game. That's it.
Evan, do you have any final comment? Welcome back to the show. I think we'll probably see you for another 2 or 3 months. So do you have any last comments?
No, John, I just want to say, man, thank you for letting me be back on the show. I'm looking forward to the season. Hopefully I'll be back every week. So,
yeah, right.
Let the preseason.
Y'all play the Cardinals this weekend, by the way. I think y'all play a late prime time game. You got anything interested in that game, or you like whatever?
Whatever. I just want to come out healthy and get ready for week 1. That's all. That's all I'm worried about.
You confident about that Giants week 1 Sunday night game?
Oh, that's a win. Easily.
You just say you kind of impressed with John Harbaugh, Jim.
I'm impressed with him, but he's not changing that franchise around in one season. No.
Well, Evan, hopefully you do come back in the next week or so, because we are going to do our official NFL 2026 preview and make.
And I'm here every Tuesday, John.
Hey, right on time. We got a super chat of 550 Jews from Sandra. Sandra, what's up? You came on kind of late tonight, but she puts.
Wait, what is Jews?
So, Evan, this is because my lovely wife Clarissa left 10 Jews. Apparently, this is a new thing. If you're watching, you Evan looks very curious. If you watch,
what kind of game this is? If you got gold, what's going on?
If you watch the stream from like the YouTube app, you can gift people Jews, and I think at the end of the month, YouTube calculates it. So like, this might be, I think, like 50 cents, but it's still something. So I'll take it. So,
Sandra said she don't know how much. She probably sent you $500. Don't even know about
it ain't much, but
well, right. Look at that big count tomorrow, man. What the heck?
I said, how much to Jenna? Britt says it's like TikTok. Well, I'm on TikTok. I think Sean is too, but we're not like actively on TikTok, so we don't be knowing. It does show us a super chat, Sandra, but I still haven't like really figured out like exactly how much each one means, but I do appreciate it. Oh, by the way, let me give this shit more than a thanks. Of course, the Bruce Saint for leaving a $10 super chat last week and for leaving a $10 super chat this week. Every super chat we get, we invest right back into the show, and that means that Bruce Saint will be back on this shit more than a scoreboard next week. Guys, it was a great show tonight. I actually did thoroughly enjoy having Sean and Evan back on the show. Maybe one week we got Sean back, and this week we got Sean and Evan. Maybe we actually could get Ziggy on in a week or so. And y'all know what Ziggy's even at. I haven't heard from that guy in forever. Is he like Wells Waldo? It's like, where's Ziggy?
I thought saving the world. That's all I know.
Where in the world is Ziggy San Diego? All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all joining the John Bones Show. Make sure. Oh, by the way, y'all. So next week. Actually, I will excuse if Sean and Evan do not come on next week, because I am having to do the show next Monday, because next Tuesday is my birthday, and of course I want to celebrate my birthday. So we're going to do a show next Monday. We have a special guest Monday as well. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Keep that bell notification on and look out for some preview posts on my social media. But the show will be next Monday for all of the John Barnes audience. And then we'll get back to our normally scheduled Tuesday shows following that week. But I got to have a birthday night with the wifey and the son. So we're going to do a special Monday night edition of the John Barnes show next week. Hopefully you guys can join. If not, just make sure y'all watch the replay. We a little too early for that, Jerry, but I do appreciate the early birthdays, y'all. But good to see y'all. Maybe even Evan. You see that, Evan? And Sandra was the biggest one all season saying, do not bring Evan back. So I actually think Sandra Evan was on his best. Sean and Evan seemed to be actually like on their best behavior so far. So maybe we can actually.
I'm a little word for Sandra sending her all them jewels. We need. I'm a little worried for it right now.
We'll see y'all on the John Barnes show next week. Not the same John Barnes time, but the same John Barnes channel. And if they ask you why, make sure y'all tell them, because this shit more than a game.
You know.